Okay, I actually signed in to my Google account on this machine, and what it took me through, just to get you up to speed here, what it took me through is basically just putting in my email address, putting in my password, and taking a picture of me. And you guys don't need to see my face, so I did all that, and this is the first thing that comes up to me. Now, it is a little letter here that I'm going to read to you in a second. Now, the first thing you'll notice is that all the bookmarks that I have are up here on the bookmarks bar here, which is cool. Everything is synced in. So the thrust behind Google Chrome OS, for people who don't quite understand it, is that it's your information in the cloud, and so the actual device it loses importance, the actual device that you use it off of. So you can actually use any machine and you'll have all of your information there. Now, the infrastructure right now, again, this is a beta device here, and also the infrastructure of the web itself isn't up to par where you're actually going to be able to keep everything in the cloud because, storage prices are, very high, and people aren't kind of ready for it mentally yet to keep all their stuff somewhere else. I think there's always going to be room for having a personal computer where you have all your local storage, but I think there's also a place to have a lot of stuff in the cloud, especially if you're very mobile, because then you're just going to have, no matter what device you access it from, it doesn't matter because you're going to have all your information right there. And I think that's the vision of Google Chrome. And people who don't quite understand Android and Google Chrome OS Y2 operating systems, I don't work at Google, so I don't know, but my assumption is that Chrome OS and cloud computing is the future. I think a lot, even if you have local storage, a lot of what you do is going to be cloud-based. So for right now, Android is the operating system for today. I think Google Chrome is the operating system, or Google Chrome OS is the operating system of the future, and I can see the two paths crossing sometime down the line where you actually have an Android phone but Chrome on it. So I think a lot of people don't quite understand why two OSs, but to me it makes a lot of sense and it dovetails very nicely. So I just think that people think of OSs in the old terms, and if you know anything about Google Chrome, the browser itself, it is turning into what you see on this notebook here. You're going to have web apps and everything that you can just have in your Google Chrome or on your Google account, and you just access it through Google Chrome on any computer or a dedicated device like this. So I hope I didn't bore you with that, but I'm going to read you the letter here that you get from the first, welcome letter that you get, which I expected to be actually in physical form, but it actually is not. So that's cool. The first thing it says is, "Greetings, welcome to the pilot program. In your hands is a Chrome notebook, a piece of reference hardware that we call CR-48. You can call it whatever you like." That's pretty cool. "That was built specifically for this program. We're excited to show you what it can do and get your feedback. Check out how easy it is to set up and how fast it wakes up. Close the lid, wait a second, open the lid. Your stream just went to sleep and woke up in that time. But there's more. Share your apps, bookmarks, extensions, and other settings seamlessly across all devices running Chrome. Connect anywhere with Wi-Fi or 3G. Now the 3G is for wireless. That's not in the note here, but I'm just putting that in a note just so you guys know. So it says connect anywhere with Wi-Fi or 3G so you can always browse the web. When your friends come over, get them to use guest mode so they don't mess up your stuff. And don't worry about upgrading software again. It all works automatically." That's another thing about Chrome OS. It's all in the background, so you're always using the latest version of it. That, again, was not in the letter. That was my editorial on there. Next paragraph. "Everything is still very much a work in progress. So when you have ideas or run across glitches, tell us by clicking the feedback bug, which by the way is up here in the upper right hand corner, next to my Chrome to phone extension and the wrench. Back to the left. Please kick every tire you can find. All right, I'll try. Next paragraph, we will continue to make improvements and update CR-48 to the latest version automatically. Our goal is to make your computer better over time. Have fun and don't forget to write. Cheers, the Chrome team. Chrome. Very cool. So we're going to click on that to exit that. All right, what we're greeted with is a Get Started screen here with your Google Chrome notebook. The first selection is On We Go. Welcome to Chrome. Press down to continue. So I guess they want you to use the cursor buttons. You can also use the mouse if you wanted to, I would suppose. But let's go to the screen first. Your CR-48 Chrome notebook is the first of its kind, a notebook built and optimized for the web. Go down with cursor key. Touchpad, it's okay to point. Over here it says left click. Using the touchpad involves a sense of direction and fingers. Use one finger to move the cursor around the screen. To click, tap gently, or if you have heavy fingers, feel free to press. So like I said before in my other video, you can either just tap the pad or you can actually click it. That's right, the entire touchpad is one big clickable button. To control the tap, to click settings, click the wrench and then select settings. Okay, that is the left click. The right click, to right click, put two of your fingers on the touchpad, then press down. Like you've grown accustomed to over the years. Right clicking like this brings up additional options. The next one is scroll. To scroll up or down, put two fingers on the touchpad and then move them up or down. You can always use the traditional method, which is, you know, your mouse and whatnot, using the scroll bar on the far right side of the window, but we think that's not as fun. I never use that. I'm used to the two-finger thing. Try your hand at scrolling immediately below. So there we go. Congrats, you've mastered scrolling. The next step is switch speeds. If the cursor moves too slow or too fast for your liking, you can change the speed until it's just right. Click the wrench, again up here, click settings, then change the speed under the touchpad section. If you prefer to use a mouse, just reach for your nearest USB mouse. Simply plug it in and it just works. You don't need to download or install anything. Very nice. The next thing is standby and startup. The no coffee break computer. Wake up, nap, and shut down. You might have noticed that your Chrome netbook starts pretty fast. So fast, in fact, that you won't have time for that coffee break that you may have grown accustomed to while your old computer started up. But when you do want to take a break, simply close the lid to put the Chrome notebook to sleep. Once you've savored your cup of joe, just open the lid and you'll be back to work in about 1.12 seconds. Try it, it's really fast. If you want to shut it down, press the power button for a couple of seconds to lock the screen. Lift your finger up and then press the power button again for a few seconds to power down. Okay. The keyboard. Keyboard. Quick search, caps lock. All right. First one is keyboard. What? Google changed the keyboard? We know. We can hardly believe it either. It's just one of the ways we wanted to make things simpler and more useful. Let's take a look at what's different. Escape key. Back key, forward key, reload, full screen, next window, decrease brightness, increase brightness, mute, volume down, volume up, power button. Now in my last video I went over all of those. Let's go to quick search, where you'll find the caps lock key on a traditional keyboard. We put a search key. Press it to do a quick web search in a new tab. So that's pretty cool. That's right above the shift key over there. And caps lock. If you really need caps lock so you can post an insightful comment on YouTube, click the wrench. Click settings and then go to system section to change the modifier key from a search key to a caps lock key. Wow, look at that. Fully customizable. I know some people with an iPad right now that wish that they could customize their mute button. Oh, and for you power users, here's a tip. Press Control-Alt ? to display the keyboard shortcuts. Control-Alt ? Oh, look at that. Huh. Very cool. Hold the Control, Alt, or Shift to see keyboard shortcuts for these modifiers. Very nice. Now, how do I get out of here? Oh. Hit Control, Alt, / to hide. Okay. All right. Let's see. What do we have next here? Next one is status icons. Time, charge, and network. You know how most computers have nagging pop-ups constantly reminding you to update this or improve that? Well, we like them just as much as you do. That's why we only show you the information you need to know, and we pack it all neatly into the status area at the upper right corner of the screen, up here. On the left, you'll see the time. Click the time to see the date. If the time is set incorrectly, which actually it is, I'll do that in a second, click the time and select Open Date and Time Options. You'll also see the battery icon. It shows you how much charge you have left and indicates if the device is plugged in or not, which I'm not plugged in. I probably should plug in. If you're running dangerously low on battery, we will politely inform you with a small pop-up window in the bottom right. Between those two icons is the network icon. Let's go down. Anytime, anywhere, ASAP. These days, a computer without the internet isn't all that useful. With your Chrome netbook, it's easy to get connected anytime, anywhere, ASAP. For starters, you can connect via Wi-Fi or 3G. So whether it's at home, at work, or on the road, you're covered. I'm interested in trying that 3G out. Speaking of which, select and activate 3G. To pick your connection type, click the network icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. There you can join your Wi-Fi network like you've done hundreds of times before, or select Verizon Wireless to use 3G. Once you've activated 3G, we've thrown in 100 megabytes of data each month for 2 years, a limitless data pass option for just $9.99, and pay-as-you-go rates are easy to understand and don't require any long-term contracts. Next one for data junkies. To find out how much data you've been using, buy more data, or explore other riveting network connectivity options, click the wrench, click Settings, and go to the Internet tab. That's actually very useful, because I don't know of any other way I can actually monitor my data usage, which is interesting. Okay, next one. Living in the cloud. Few people realize this, but at any minute, a steamroller could crush your computer to bits. With your Chrome notebook, you will never have to worry about steamrollers again. Let us explain. When you use your Chrome notebook, you'll be using web apps that store all of your files online so you can access them from anywhere. That means all of your bookmarks, web apps, extensions, and more will be saved to your Google account. The steamroller. So in the event of an unexpected steamroller attack, simply sign into another Chrome notebook and you'll be right where you left off. Your apps, your documents, your settings, none of it will be lost. You won Steamroller 0. Very cool. Multiple computers. And if you have multiple computers, there's no need to reinstall or reconfigure everything when you change computers. Just sign into your Google account and everything is back to normal, just as you left it. Phew. Personal stuff. To customize your sync settings and manage your saved passwords, click the wrench, click Settings, and go to Personal Stuff tab.